What is Haas and Jackson Hinkle? Why are they going after Ben Norton with such a vengeance? This is like Anna Kasparian, Aaron Mate level of hatred. This is Anna Kasparian. I'm secretly in love with Aaron Mate, so I'm going to say fuck Aaron Mate and freak the fuck out because I'm secretly. So are they secretly? Okay, let's take a look at this here. 23 minutes. Liberal shill titled Destroying Ben Norton.
Because you decided that, American woke politics is somehow continuous with international anti-imperialist.
So that starts off all sane and whatnot. Let's go in 10 minutes into it.
How is she a fascist? Explain. She has good messages. And yeah, she's wrong about China, but that's just because she has like a why is she wrong about China? Is there something fundamental there, or is she just misled? And I think she's misled.
U.S. right now. Let's not forget, this is someone who honored and admires J. Edgar Hoover, the founder of the FBI, a complete McCarthyite and racist.
Notice Ben is just talking about like some dumb fucking ideological aesthetics. No.
He interrupts the criticism of J. Edgar Hoover. What the hell is going on here? I heard he got ratioed. Ben Norton had a tweet that got more. Guys, didn't y'all hear Boris Johnson's speech? Twitter doesn't matter. It's legislation. It's policy, right? It's it's the food. It's the jobs. It's the good life. It's a nice plush chair. It's getting a Stalinist to rock in a nice plush chair. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
FBI position, because it's the position that matters, Ben. It's where you're positioned strategically against imperialism that fucking matters. And it's not actually about whether you're going to fucking abolish the FBI overnight. It's whether or not you can actually form a political platform and a political position that is strategically positioned against the institutions of imperialism. Because mind you, Ben, the FBI isn't a fucking democratic institution of the Republic. It's an imperialist, strictly and explicitly imperialist institution that forms in the aftermath of the First World War. The imperialist First World War. So, Ben, get your shit straight. We're talking about the institutions of imperialism, which she is...
Yeah, you goddamn piece of shit. You goddamn piece of shit. Ben Norton, what a piece of shit.
For example, this would be like the anti-war movement. Like, I think libertarians on economic issues are really dumb. I think their economic worldview is insane. It's they live on another planet. But there are a lot of short-term coalitions between the left and libertarians against war.
Why? Why should we ally with libertarians against war? They're not going to be against war. They're not going to be against war. When they get into power, they're just going to ramp up the war machine. Why should we ally with them? Because libertarianism preserves capitalism, and capitalism creates war. So why should we ally with libertarians, Ben? They're not going to destroy or abolish war.
Interesting criticism there of libertarians, Haas. Let's take a look in the very beginning. We're going to look at Jackson Hinkle's video, and then we're going to just take a look at Ben Norton had a video on Breaking Points about the... I wonder if it's jealousy. Rania Kalik is there. So beautiful, right? Gorgeous. Revolutionary daisy. Revolutionary rose. The revolutionary tulip. The revolutionary sunflower. Rania Kalik. So it's Ben Norton is getting some publicity. He's making some traction. He put out that video about Abe Shinzo, which I thought was pretty smart. So I want to bring that video up about him on Abe Shinzo because that shit's going to be immortal. We need to know why this Abe Shinzo, why he was shot and killed. Also, who he was and what he represented. We need to know the truth of the situation. Was it just about that religious thing or was it about something more? So let's look in the beginning because he was kind of going crazy in the beginning.
Power of the Democratic Party. Too much of a fucking coward to come out and admit that in practice you actually just support the Democrats. Just like the Bernie people are too fucking spineless to come out and admit that they just support Biden, right? Just like how the Democrats themselves are too cowardly to fucking admit that and come out and just say we just support the status quo of the establishment Republicans.
What happened to Haas and Sam Cedar debating? I thought Haas and Sam Cedar were supposed to debate. And what about What's up with Jackson Hinkle? I know that basically because Jackson Hinkle won my, top 10 YouTuber. Every year I do top 10 YouTubers of the year, and he won, so Jackson Hinkle gets a pass. Jackson Hinkle gets to say whatever the fuck he wants to say. Unfortunately, I totally disagree with Ukraine, and if he's trying to be an asshole, trying to be a psychotic, crazy asshole, I don't know, maybe that's how you convince, people about Russia and Ukraine or whatever, but it just seems too fucking... I haven't been listening to him, but again, he's an American. He gets a pass. He gets a 2022 pass. At the end of this year, I'll take a look at the top 10, the Surf Times. I'm liking the Surf Times. I'm liking a lot of, new stuff. Bad Empanada, Marinara Report, some other stuff. So, The Dive with Jackson Hinkle. So, I don't think he should be, goddamn. If anything, maybe I should debate these motherfuckers on Ukraine. Hey, Jackson and Haas, y'all want to debate on Ukraine? Anybody want to debate me on Ukraine? To defend Ukraine is eternally right and correct forever and ever. Forever and ever. Okay, so let's see here. This is the problem, Skinny Vosh. So he doesn't have his name on it. He just, has Ben Norton's face on it. Skinny Vosh is kind of...
The only reason why I'm talking about this is because people like Ben Norton think they're so egotistical that they think that they're the answer, when in fact they're the problem that we're facing in this country.
That's how we begin with this video. I will give Jackson Hinkle credit over Haas. Infrared. Haas's channel is Infrared. I don't even know if... Haas. Okay, so Infrared. His fucking comments were just bashing the shit out of Ben. I don't know if he's censoring his stuff or if all the people that listen to fucking Haas are a bunch of psychotic, gorilla psycho motherfuckers. Psychotic motherfuckers like Haas is. Just Haas told us to hate Ben Norton, well then hell with Ben Norton. Whereas Jackson Hinkle's comments, I would say the majority of them were in support of Ben Norton. Let me just read a couple of these. And so I don't know if that's just saying that Jackson Hinkle's for freedom of speech, or perhaps Jackson Hinkle is getting a bigger, wider fan base, or maybe Jackson Hinkle isn't running a cult or something. Maybe Haas is running a cult. I don't know. Stop dissing on Ben Norton. He was doing actual journalism for a long time. I've been following him for about 8 years, says Sir G. Dino. Brudemir says, man, both of you guys are helping open the eyes of the zombies. He's so knowledgeable, well-versed on history. You should be backing each other, not tearing each other down. No wonder governments have it over us. Governments are organized. We are not. Ben is one of the best out there speaking the truth, says Hugo Hernandez. I admire Norton and respect his work. He has the right to his opinions, his style of saying things. If he has defects, everybody has them too. Jackson, I hope you're scrolling through the comment section here, because a lot the other comments do not support this very public attack against someone who should be your comrade. People don't have to always agree with each other. You're not always right about everything. Suck it up. Be a man. So Lucas is saying Multipolarista is one of the best streams out there. Rigorous leftist approach to geopolitics. Incredible guests like Michael Hudson. Not fringe content at all. Binge is a very knowledgeable guy. I like Ben. Ben came out of the gray zone. Max Blumenthal single-handedly stopped the war, the U.S. imperialistic war on Venezuela. We were about to go to war with Venezuela, and then all of a sudden I turned on the TV and fucking goddamn Max Blumenthal is walking around Venezuela, walking around Caracas, walks into the Capitol building, gets a goddamn interview with Hugo Chavez, and talks to Hugo Chavez. I'm pretty sure some high-ranking fucking, I think it was Hugo Chavez. Yes, that's, or not Hugo. Who's the guy in there now? Fucking the Hugo Chavez's fucking successor. Whatever. And you know what? Now that we stopped that, they just started at 8 years. If they would, now it's becoming a dictatorship. So, anyways, Ben Norton is one of my heroes. He puts out reports that are completely researched. You are wrong, Jackson. Ben has done some amazing work for the Gray Zone, where his knowledge of Latin America history is top notch. I watched him report from Venezuela and other Latin American countries right at the time when the U.S. government and Guido was trying to break into the embassy and take it over before the elections. All right, let's get into this a little bit, see what Jackson's saying.
They want you to be divided. They want you to think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is some proto-fascist, that she's worse than Hitler, and that, you know, she can do nothing that's right, when in fact that's not the case at all. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, that 25-year-old kid, Madison Cawthorn, you know, all these individuals, and there's more, Chip Roy, despite whatever faults they might have or disagreements you might see with their policies and their world.
So Jackson Hinkle is a huge Marjorie Taylor Greene fan. I wonder if Haas likes Marjorie Taylor Greene as much as Jackson Hinkle does.
Take a listen, Ben Norton, soying out.
So we're talking about organizations, DSA, PSL, Workers' World, Frizzo, other progressive organizations. Like, that's the left. It's not a bunch of, like, weirdos with a YouTube channel, like these so-called patriotic socialists.
It's not us either, by the way. Like, we're leftists. We are not the left.
Yeah, like this guy.
So he's saying that, you know, patriotic socialists like myself are innately, like that I don't know what he's really, he kind of fumbles over his words here. I don't really know what he's saying, but he's saying that, like, we're fake or something like that.
Jackson's clearly triggered by the, whole patriotic socialism. I'm a patriotic socialist. I love America, and I love the working families of America, and I want the working families of America to do well. So therefore, my socialist instincts of helping everybody I love the world too, but I guess in a way I am American first. And we got homelessness, we got poor people, we got so many problems that we need to fix right frickin' here. And so, patriotic socialist, I don't hate that term. I very much like that term. I love that term, to be honest with you. Because, since I don't think we've ever had any leftists or progressives or liberals in America. We've never had, liberal, leftist, progressive presidents. We've only had like 4 or 5 liberal, progressive presidents. But Bernie Sanders ran, for office for president. And I think that made socialism not a bad word. But essentially, you only got 2 economic systems, right? Capitalism or socialism. And we are just now in America taking socialism serious. And so whether you're a patriotic socialist, an international socialist, a fucking what the fuck ever, if you have a heart and you're not authoritarian, fascist, Nazi fucking piece of shit, you're not a racist, criminal, ignorant, fucking lying, piece of... If you give a damn, if you got a heartbeat and you give a damn, then, I bet you we have a lot in common. So let's see. Work your shit out. Da-da-da-da-da. Maybe they should have a conversation. Maybe they should. Let's hear some more.
Let me just tell you, if you claim to be a socialist and you're not a patriot, you're not a socialist. Patriotism is part and parcel to socialism. If you are not a patriot, then you're just a liberal. It's as simple as that. You're a liberal who hates this country, hates everything that it stands for, and you're not a socialist. Ben's going out and LARPing as a fucking socialist. He lives in, like, Latin America somewhere, and he's LARPing like You're not a socialist. You're a joke.
And then this gets us to this whole nonsense of, like, these patriotic socialists who have a lot in common with the National Socialists, I'll say, and how little socialist they are and how much patriotic and nationalist they are. But these people are, first of all, complete...
He doesn't actually name names.
Outside of, like, social media. And I say...
No influence except outside of social media. And complete fringe? Ben, let me just remind you that... I can just put our stats up right next to each other. So,
man, I feel like I want to interview all these people. I'm just limited in what I can do. My interview style would just be me talking to you, and then people, I might pull up pictures, but like, just be your name. Your name will be in the title of the thing, and they'll hear what you said to me and what I said back to you. I don't have the bandwidth to fucking stream with other people.
What is the point of that? Like, all they're doing is they're inverting the old political problem of the social democrats who claim to be socialists but always bend over backwards to defend the Democrats as the lesser evil.
Ben, the problem with it is that you are a protectorate of the lockdown left. You actually think that vaccines do everything that Rachel Maddow...
So, yeah, man, I don't even know if this is... Man, what is this?
To brutalize protesters. And now they're calling for. They're not going to actually abolish the FBI.
So let's take a look at Ben Norton. Okay, so this is just a clip that they had picked. If you've never seen Ben Norton, he had a thing on breaking points, and so I'm going to bring that back up.
Why do you have to treat everything that she comes out and says as like though she...
Ben Norton, breaking points. I think Ben Norton is smart, intelligent. I remember one time when Gray Zone was talking and they did like 3-hour things. They did a show and they had a chat, and I was just kidding. I just, sometimes I just break into live and I just want everybody to know I'm there. So I'm like, hey, what's up, you motherfuckers? Fuck you, and fuck you. I'm here, And then I said, fuck you, and Ben Norton seemed to really take it to heart. Jimmy Dore did the same thing. I was like, fuck you, Jimmy, and then he kind of like read my comment, and it looked like he read my comment, and like really it hurt him. And I'm like, it made me feel bad. I'm like, fuck, man. I was just trying to have fun with you, and I didn't know you guys were paying attention to the comments, because a lot of times I'll fucking type and try to talk to you motherfuckers, and you don't say shit to me until, then I say fuck you, and then you're like, what? Why are you cussing me out? So, Ben Norton, breaking points. Maybe I should go straight with breaking points. I was searching this, and he talked about Abe Shinzo. He got assassinated. Ex-Prime Minister of Japan got assassinated by some guy with a makeshift gun. Apparently because his mother gave away their inheritance. So there's a lot of Ben Norton clips here. He's in Telesur English and TRT World Now, Colombia protest. Chilean people have just buried Pinochet's legacy. Interviews from Caracas. CGTN, American journalist, reveals, does Western media really own editorial independence? Ben Norton challenging Western narrative. New Tricks Bridge Club, CGTN, the Community Church of Boston. U.S. imperialism, Latin American left, liberation theology, U.S. journalists, U.S. NATO are the real culprits of crisis in Ukraine. Look, there's something Haas, Ben Norton, and Jackson Hinkle all agree on. Ukraine. They're all equally wrong on Ukraine. So there you go. Anybody want to debate me on Ukraine? Ben Norton, Haas, Jackson Hinkle, anybody else in the entire world? To defend your neighbor. If your neighbors are being robbed and raped and murdered by a gang of fucking murdering, robbing, raping thieves, you should want to stop them. If you can't stop them, you should want to stop them. You should be in the right spot. That's not good for the community. It's not good for you. How do you feel safe with that kind of bullshit? What the fuck are you? And then, okay, we might fight and we might, lose. But what if you don't fight? And, okay, you might leave you alone for now. But then they come back and they kind of fucking own the whole neighborhood. Look what the hell they just did to the Joneses. They were over there by the Smiths. What did the Russians do to the Smiths? Robbed and raped and murdered all of them. Just fucking wiped the fuck out of them, huh? Just murdered the shit out of them, huh? Stole everything they had. Stole their toilets and shit. Oh, okay. Okay, no, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So that's not Christian. It's not neighborly. It's not. I know Jesus said to love your enemy, but that seems that's a little. I'm gonna go with breaking points. So let's just type in breaking points because I thought his analysis of I was gonna do something kind of piggybacking off of it. He had a good, basically a good pile of information about some current event, and it got some, traction, but not much. But that's how movements work, right? By not breaking points. That's why I'm messing up. It's breaking points is Sagar and fucking Crystal Ball. Who's Rania? Oh, I'm sorry, Rania. Pretty sure she's the most gorgeous of all the revolutionaries. Hands down, so I can understand the jealousy. Always get breakthrough news. Okay. We're getting okay, guys. Ben Norton coming up. Breakthrough news. And then after this, I was going to talk about Maryland is going to raise the cap on civil lawsuits so you can only sue people and get $15,000 in Maryland, but they're going to have an initiative to where you can sue people and get up to $25,000. And why is that good? Well, $25,000 isn't really shit So it's kind of crazy. It's like the criminal system is the only system that works, and the civil system is the system people laugh at. And so let's see here. What is breakthrough news? Palestinians, Ukraine. Do we have a picture of a goddamn Ben Norte? He was talking about Abu Shinze. Oh, is this dead air? Oof. America's descent into madness. Let's just kind of scroll up here, and if we don't find it, we don't find it. Ben Norton, I think, is fine. He's okay. It's much ado about nothing. This almost seems like more pathetic than goddamn fucking People's Party and Jordan Sheridan going after each other. It's like, do y'all know where the centers of power are? The centers of power are in their, Cheyenne, Wyoming, the capital of each of the states. That's where the center of powers are. Also, corporations are tyrannical. So the CEO and the board of directors, that's where the power is in a corporation, and the power in a state is in the capital. So the wealthy, the powerful, that's what I want the journalists to go after, not eat each other. God damn it. Pelosi leaves Taiwan. Let's see here. Another America. U.S. offers Cuba condolences while enforcing murderous policies. Check through breakthrough news. It's like the only thing I'm actually following. I don't click on all their stuff, but I know that their stuff. What is breakthrough news?
Five mega corporations own 90% of the media, controlling almost everything we read, watch, and listen to.
We need to get the weapons into the hands of these Ukrainians.
They need a constant flow of stingers, javelins, drones. It's time to support the flag and the commander-in-chief.
Their methods are clear. Control the narrative, discredit opposing views, divide, distract, destroy. It's no wonder the majority of people want nothing to do with the news establishment, which pretends to not have an agenda. The corporations might own the media, but they don't own us. We at Breakthrough News are uplifting critical thinkers and voices of resistance from the United States and around the world. We're breaking through the cycle with fact-based investigations and analysis that the mainstream ignores and censors. We report directly from where the working class is fighting back and the empire is being challenged. This is media that takes a side, yours.
So, maybe it all has to do with Rania. Rania Kalik, look what you're doing. Look what you're doing, Rania! That's actually great. That means she's inspiring the men on the left to fight each other so we can make America better. So we can make America great again. So we can make America great let's make America great. For the first time ever. We got the Bill of Rights in the World War II and stopped the Confederacy. We ended slavery. We've done some pretty kick-ass stuff. So, make America greater.